am speechless. My jaw is partially on the desk, and my eyes are growing wider by the second. I had no idea Mr. Hamilton and Mrs. Montgomery had children.
Are you daft? That Minga is not my mother.
The phone in my ear suddenly beeps. I nearly jump out of my skin before I press the flashing button. Hello? I am too shocked to even give a proper greeting. A surprising chuckle invades my ear.
Why do I pay Hunter if you do his work?
Mr. Hamilton, I begin my nervous rambling. No, I just got here. Hunter is hard at work somewhere. Making copies, I believe.
It's fine, Ashley. I'm expecting someone in a few minutes. Can you stick around and keep an eye out for her?
She's here already. I glance up to see the woman sitting on the edge of the desk. Would you like me to send her in?
Yes, and I would like for you to stay as well.
Your father will see you now. It's so weird to say that. Shifting off of the desktop, she lowers her heels to the floor. Those bare legs are flawless as they extend out with every step. She stands in front of the door, fingers wrapped around the handle, before she turns to me.
Might I ask you a question?
Her tone is sweet and welcoming. Taken aback by the sudden comment, I turn to look behind me. She cannot be talking to me, but I am the only one here. I shrug. Sure.
Who picks out your clothes?
I do. I answer, but it almost sounds like a question.
That is so sad.
She enters Travis's office, not giving me a second gaze. My lips fall apart, my jaw is basically on the floor. The door closes behind her and I am completely immobilized, frozen to my core. I'm not sure if I am offended or simply upset that someone, besides Kay Schuyler, has brought my poor fashion sense to the light. What just happened? I ask myself when I can speak again. Hunter returns to his desk, keys and a small stack of papers in his possession.
What's with that face? Did I miss something good?
The end of his sentence barely comes out before I hit him with my heavy question. Do I dress poorly? He goes silent as he takes a seat on the edge of his desk. Come on, you're supposed to be my friend. And you're gay, so my bad taste is a reflection of you.
Catherine tells you how you look every day. You don't need me to add more insults.
Yeah, but I thought she was just being a bitch. Do I look that bad? His hand brushes over my knee, providing a very small amount of comfort.
Yes. You look like my grandmother. Rather my great-grandmother. Great, great, great.
Okay, I get it.
Great.
I hit his arm. Well, I'm an assistant. Not an escort.
True. Neither of us gets paid that well. Why do you suddenly care about your clothes?
Travis's daughter just made me feel bad. The second time around it's not as startling. I can't believe you let me come out like this every day. I feel like one of the boxcar kids.
Travis and Catherine don't have a daughter.
Hunter looks over the mail on his desk. I know they don't, but Travis does. Hunter looks at me, suddenly a bit more interested. You just missed her.
Travis has a love child?
Love child is a bit much, don't you think?
He's been with Catherine forever. What else do you call Travis's mystery daughter?
Well,
the office door opens and the young woman steps out.
I've been called a lawsuit against the condom company, an attempt to get away from Catherine, and a multiple one-night stand. I call myself a beautiful blessing. My father prefers I be called the name he gave me at birth.
I always knew these glass walls weren't as thick as they look. This tongue of mine is going to get me in trouble one day.
Hey. I'm Hunter Troy.
He goes around the desk to meet her with an extended hand. Instead of shaking his hand, she looks at him as if he is an extraterrestrial. She's a bit annoyed by the gesture and seems sickened by his overall presence. She looks around Hunter at me.
My father would like a word with you.
She is staring at me, but I stupidly point at myself for confirmation. She nods and beckons me with her finger. I lift myself from the chair, and my legs are buckling with every step I take toward her. She steps aside so I can cross the threshold first and she follows, pulling the door closed. Travis is on his cell phone, pacing back and forth in front of the window. It's the only glass wall that isn't covered by blinds. I am standing in the middle of his spacious office, practically being circled by Travis's daughter. Her soft blue peepers are burning holes through my poor attire and straight to my brown skin. With a slight shrug of her shoulders, her black leather jacket easily comes off and she takes a seat in one of the client chairs. Crossing her sleek legs, the right gently lays on top of her left, her dress inches up her thighs. Travis brings his conversation to an end after a glance in my direction. He gestures for me to take the second chair beside his daughter.
Ashley, I'm glad you stuck around.
Well, you told me to. I decline his offer to sit. Not to be rude, but I'd rather stand.
Please.
Travis gestures again as he lowers himself into his chair. I hold my breath and sit.
I assume you've been introduced to Skylar.
He named his bastard daughter after his wife. Bold. Not formally, I state. The corner of her lip twitches as she tries not to grin. Travis shifts his seat to stare at the young woman.
Skylar never was a fan of proper introductions.
She sighs before turning to me.
Skylar Denmark Hamilton. My friends call me Skylar.
Hello, Skylar. I'm Ashley Jordan. I hold out my hand, but she completely ignores it.
You will refer to me as Miss Denmark.
You can call me Miss Jordan, I joke. Skylar does not laugh.
Is this what you pay her for?
I'm quite funny when you get to know me, I murmur. Even Travis grinned at my joke.
Not to rush this pointless meet and greet.
It's not pointless. Ashley is joining the company. Skylar is opening a restaurant. Client, meet your new agent. Agent, meet your new client.
Excuse me. I am still confused by the whole situation. She is simply irritated.
Are you taking the piss?
You may never need it, but if you do, Ashley could give you legal advice as well.
Your assistant. Your assistant will be my agent.
May I interject? The assistant is right in the room. Travis speaks instead.
Ashley has already graduated and passed her bar exam.
Those studies do not make her a qualified agent.
She glares over at me.
I disagree.
Why have you not hired her then?
I did.
No office. No clients. Those clothes. She's a mere student.
One of the best law students.
Law and advertisement are two different things. I bet she doesn't have a single creative bone in her body.
That might be a bit extreme. My tongue starts moving, and I have no control over it. I cannot paint a perfect picture of myself for you. All I can say is that I've dedicated most, if not all, of my time to my studies and then to my work. I can promise that I will work harder than anyone else because letting you down will be letting me down. Skylar sighs.
Maybe there is hope for you yet.
Travis leans back in his chair.
Great. Ashley will have some ideas ready for you by next week.
What?
Skylar expects a big turnout for her restaurant's launch. Your job is to create a plan to ensure that.
Good. If you trust her.
You will too.
No, father. I'll simply hold you accountable when she fails.